The Saints hired a coach, and it wasn't even the biggest Saints news of the day because Alvin Kamara treated like some dude in Vegas like he was Billy Bats. It's time to reset the days without horrible Saints news counter. Back to zero. Thomas, hit that intro.
Get your shine box.
Hey, Ralph. Ralphie, Andrew, and Dave. All right, I got a little intel. Your Saints Happy Hour podcast? Yeah. It's a joke, all right? And I'll tell you what. You, Ralph, you mispronounce everything, okay? I listen, I go, what the? Does he not know the English language? All right, Ralph. Try to get an English class in there every now and then, okay, pal? Andrew! Think you're smart, huh? Think you're smart? You're in big trouble, pal. Eat piece of shit like you for breakfast. And then, of course, there's Dave. Dave, a little obnoxious? Got a little bit of chip on your shoulder, huh? You gotta cut people down all the time? Is that what you gotta do? But know that life is good. Appreciate it. Do what you do. Keep on keeping on. Shooter out.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. Happy Ambush Day, everybody. We are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch. Remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour.
It's unflappable.
Wherever you get your podcast. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour to get the best Saints podcast every day, and you get a month for free. We got to thank some people for signing up right before the podcast.
Hurry up. We got breaking news. Thank the people, and let's get to the breaking news.
All right, we got PS Peasy, Booking the Territory, and Cajun Sands, both sub with Prime. Speaking of which, do you know you can support the show free every month if you use Amazon Prime? All you have to do, go to twitch.tv/Saints Happy Hour, click the subscribe button below the stream, and choose the option subscribe with Prime. My mom is able to do it, so no excuses, people. No excuses at all. It's easy. It's going to take you less than 3 minutes, so go ahead and do it, even if you listen to the audio version of the show. And by the way, you can do it each month, so it's not a one-time thing. We need the support. Thomas, hit the breaking news siren.
Breaking news siren.
This is a first. News is breaking. Well, this is a second. News is breaking.
Oh goodness!
News is breaking on the actual podcast. This is like the second time this has ever happened.
This is kind of crazy. I'm reading a tweet that Jeff Duncan just fired off. And so we know, obviously, that Dennis Allen has been hired as the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. But he's saying, and this is the tweet, Chris Richard and Ryan Nielsen will be strong candidates for promotion to defensive coordinator on Dennis Allen's new staff. However, I heard Allen will likely hire from outside to be the offensive coordinator. Pete Carmichael is expected to remain on the staff, not as the offensive coordinator.
So that means Ronald Curry's getting the heave-ho. Because Carmichael, if he's not going to be OC, he's got to be quarterback coach, right?
Yeah, I would think.
Like there's nowhere else to put him.
Yeah, I don't know where else he would go. This is to me. This is surprising, but look, I'll say there were tweets. A lot of people were speculating. I had friends on my own personal text that were saying, "Oh, Bieniemy, if now that Dennis Allen is the head coach." Maybe Bieniemy, who interviewed for a full day in New Orleans, and he's from New Orleans. Maybe Bieniemy will come on as offensive coordinator. And my opinion was, that sounds lovely. That sounds really great.
Lovely, like it's brunch,
like bottomless mimosa brunch. Okay, but I had some concerns. First of all, my one concern was, where's Pete Carmichael going? He's still here? Like I understand talking about who's going to fill the defensive coordinator role now that Dennis Allen is head coach, but hiring Eric Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator, that was to me a little out of left field because we've already got an offensive coordinator. But not that I wouldn't be into a change of pace and maybe a little something new, but now that this news is coming out that Carmichael is not going to be OC and they're going to hire from outside, I mean, to me, this just reeks of. I think that those and I saw what's his face? He had tweeted Jeff Hoack or whatever. What's that guy's name? He had Novak, right? Novak, is that Jeff Novak?
Yeah. Novak.
Yeah, he had mentioned the idea of Eric Bieniemy potentially coming on board as offensive coordinator, and just putting all that together, to me, I don't know. That's my gut right now is telling me like that's what this is setting up. They're setting this up to be.
What are we drinking? What are we drinking?
What are we doing?
I don't even.
I want to get back in the game here because I'm
that's right.
Oh, that's right. Dry
He's not-
January's done for you.
He doesn't have food poisoning. He's now in
Most
February.
listeners,
So
I
he
don't
can
know how
drink.
many listeners know this, but when I did the show live on Twitch, one point, like I wanted to throw up the whole show.
We know.
And at one point, I just texted Ralph. I'm like, dude, I'm out.
You're out.
Right,
Sorry.
yeah.
And it was like, and the next 48 hours, well, probably more like the next 16 hours.
Kevin, if he would
We're
have
a
thrown
living
up on
hell.
the show, would it have been a top 5 moment all time?
Top 2 moment, and it might not have been 2.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Wait, but
I
let's
was-
go back. But going back to Bieniemy,
No, hold on. What are we drinking?
I'm drinking Honey Buzz
Okay, of course. you
Daily
are.
Buzz
Jesus,
by
I hate-
Four Seasons Local Brewery. It's a honey ale.
Oh my god! Can you please drink something that isn't infused with
With honey.
sugar or honey? Yeah, it's like ridiculous that like I'm the one that everybody makes
No.
fun of when you're the one who has admitted to refilling a 54-ounce like big gulp in
That's
the
right.
middle of the day at Bucky's.
I'm surprised Ralph
Jesus
hasn't discovered
H.
some cherry Coke beer.
Yeah,
Oh God, if do they have such a thing?
I don't know.
By the way, Bucky's, because of the pandemic and supply
Oh,
chain,
Ralph's
they did
pants
away
just
with
got
the syrup dispenser. It's a tragedy. Okay.
syrup. I hate the way even the way
Dave,
you
what are
say
you
it.
drinking?
Even the
What
way
are
you
you drinking,
say
Dave?
it. I don't have the can, but this is from Rally Cap Brewery in Baton Rouge, and I can't remember the name of it. It's their most recent IPA that they came out with. It's like their second or third batch that they've come out with.
Kevin,
I
what
can't
you
remember.
drinking? What you drinking, buddy?
It's the same whiskey as before. It's
Suntory.
no, not Centauri.
oh.
Remember last week or 2 weeks ago it was Rittenhouse Rye. I still have the bottle.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Anyway, back to
I've
Bieniemy.
got a white beer here.
His contract is up, Dave.
Okay.
So it makes sense.
It makes sense in a way, and this is what Novak tweeted, and this was the exact same thing that I tweeted to all my friends before he even mentioned. I'm sorry, that I texted to all my friends before he even mentioned it. But and there's an argument to be made for the other side, but my concern is that's a lateral move. OC to OC is a lateral move. So what would be so enticing about the Saints job for him to make a lateral move? Now, my friends that I texted this to, they said, well, he's got to get out of the shadow of Andy Reid, and it's Andy Reid, and it's a big shadow, but he's got to get out of the shadow of Andy Reid.
They made
agree with
4
that.
straight AFC title games.
No, I don't.
They have the
I
best
don't
offensive
know.
football, and that can't get him a job.
Why? But why would he go to the Saints? If he really wants to leave, I would. And maybe I'm wrong, but head coach and offensive coordinator is a very different thing. I just feel like if he left Kansas City, which he can apparently, he's a free agent.
Yeah.
I just feel like the jobs that would be available to him would be in the tens. He would have tens of jobs available to him.
For the
I
last
think
3 years, he's been top of the list, and he hasn't
as
gotten
a head
shit
coach
to be
as a head coach.
correct.
Coach.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I would think as an offensive coordinator, there would be 10 teams lining up to say, you know what, you're an upgrade over what we have. We want you. I just feel like if he has multiple teams interested, Saints would have to be at the bottom of the list.
Not necessarily.
You think he wants Taysom Hill and Marquez Callaway?
Gale's
think-
checkbook,
no,
baby.
I think if Bieniemy comes in, he's over. You're talking about a fairly significant overhaul. No, I don't think he's
Hometown
coming in.
guy.
What's that?
Kind of home. He's
Hometown
from
guy.
New Orleans, but he went to high school in.
Yeah, I
California.
mean,
Yeah,
like
hometown.
he
He's
moved
from New
away when he
Orleans.
was
Not
like
really.
I don't know when he moved away, but it was before high school, so he might as well. He didn't go to Jesuit, so GTFO.
Okay, all right.
Jesuit or Angola.
I am
No,
very
no,
much
I'm just
on the.
I just picked a school, but it could have been
Gail
any,
asked him where he went to school, and
It
he
could have
named
been
a college
Rummel.
in California, and they were like, "You're done. You're done. You're not a
Very
true
much-
New Orleanian."
That's right.
I am-
That's right. He said I went to college. No.
A New
That's not-
Orleans
that wasn't-
politician.
That wasn't the question.
New
You
Orleans
missed-
politician who I won't name is a family friend of mine, and I remember. I
It's
remember
the one.
when I
It's the one that got you the party at the Palace of Versailles.
That's right. That's right. And I remember that. No, a different politician actually.
Oh, he's got
Yeah.
two politician
Yeah, yeah.
friends.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you
Yeah.
off air.
Don't ever. I don't want to ever hear anybody compare me and Andrew in bouginess and think that I am more bougie than Andrew. Not once ever will I tolerate that from here on out. After Andrew
Because
just
I know Louisiana
You're bougie about
politicians, that-
food,
if
Dave.
anything,
You're
that's a
you're
knock
Fuji.
against me.
okay, I don't know
You're
One of
Fuji.
my family knows Louisiana politicians is a knock against me. That's not bougie.
what. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I agree with
Anyway,
Dave.
You might as well be
Anyway.
in Succession. You might as well be one of the members in the family of.
I'm at a UNO. I'm at a UNO basketball game. Sitting on the floor.
Well, that's
seats
not bougie.
as-
All right, I
as
take
a
it
little
back.
Kid. Yeah, there you go. But I'm on the floor. I'm in floor seats at the UNO basketball game.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Well, I'm back on it. You're bougie.
Yeah.
More seats.
And I'm sitting next
What's
to this
that, like $12?
politician guy that my family knows, and I won't name him here, but I'll tell you off air, Dave. But he looks at me and he's like, "Where are you going to high school, son?" And I said, "I think I'm gonna go to St. Paul's," and he just goes, he shakes his head, he looks at me and he goes, it's Jesuit or Angola. That line always stuck with
Of course,
me.
and of
Jesuit or
course,
Angola.
the Jesuit alum saying that.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
I
of
have
course.
to know.
That's a
Yeah,
good T-shirt, though, Dave.
No,
That's
no.
a real good T-shirt. Jesuit or Angola.
like,
Holy,
what an
I have-
asshole
now I
thing
have
to
to know
say.
Yeah, now I have to know because I have some.
Surprising. It's a Jesuit
have a-
guy that says that.
Yeah,
I have a
shocking.
lot of. I'm not from here. I am an outsider. I am not from here. I will say my son is kind of on track to go to Jesuit, so I
Terrible,
have a.
Dave. You got to steer him clear.
So I have a personal affinity to Jesuit in some weird way, even though I've never gone there. But yeah, but now I need to know who that was because I know a lot of people who would really get a kick out of that story.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
Well, let's talk.
100%. You know who it is.
I like the
Angola.
fact
That is fucking great.
I like the fact that on a day when the Saints are jam-packed with news, we
We're
went off
talking
the
about
rails
New
in
Orleans
less
high
than
schools.
8 minutes.
Jesuit
this
or-
podcast
Can I,
is on.
can I get in? Can I
You
get in?
can go ahead.
Yes, the representative from Brother Martin may speak.
Thanks.
You have the floor now, Kevin.
Fucking,
You have the
fucking,
floor.
fucking New York high school guy.
This is what's great is I can be neutral. I have no
Yeah.
dog in the fight. Like I can make fun of all of you, and you
Yeah,
can't make fun of me
P.S.
at all.
PS fucking, I don't know, 83 or wherever the fuck public school y'all went to in high.
No, I went
New
to.
York.
What's ironic is
83.
what's ironic is that I grew up on Long Island, and my parents could have sent me to public school, and it would have been a top-notch quality education for free. And they still spent, not a lot of, the private schools in New York don't have you by the balls like the private schools in New Orleans do. Like they know you can just go. They know you can just go to public school, so they can't charge the ridiculous amounts that they charge down here because they don't have a choice. But I still did go to an all boys private school, and I had a very, very similar education to what you and Ralph did. I won't say
That's right.
I won't say. Well, Andrew too. Yeah, he went to St. Paul's.
Crusader.
And
Yes.
interestingly, I did not end up in Angola.
Not yet.
I
yet.
proved
We'll
that
get
guy
to
wrong.
you.
That's a good segue to Alvin Kamara, though.
Well, are we done talking about the coaching hire? I mean, I feel like the coaching hire, Kevin,
Yes.
is I don't feel like they did sham interview process because they interviewed a bunch of people. They interviewed Eric Bieniemy for like 8 hours yesterday, so I don't feel like they just handed it to Dennis Allen. But it is kind of the safe hire. Like they're betting on the culture and what they've built, and they're promoting the guy that's already there. Like it's the safe hire, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like. I mean, that's everything I see on my timeline on Twitter talks about the safe hire, the culture, the players like him, and all that stuff, and that's great. Like to me, and I think it was Wolf on Twitter who just said this hire is fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I would have gone with Bieniemy. Take a swing, go for broke. Like the offense is the thing that needs work. If Dennis Allen stays and he's your DC, that's fine. Nothing is happened. Like that's fine. He revamped the defense, made it a top 5, top 6, top 7, whatever the statistics will show. It's a top tier defense. He gets total credit for that. He deserves all the praise and the flowers for it. But as a head coach, Dennis Allen is probably one of those guys that his ceiling is really good coordinator. That's just the way things are. There are some people that their ceiling is really good coordinator. There are some coaches, their ceiling is really good position coach, that kind of shit. Dennis Allen's ceiling probably is just top flight DC.
Well, but if you get him a good roster, though,
if the Saints go on, make the playoffs and the Saints actually do good and they don't tank and they don't bottom out and all that kind of shit, I'll gladly eat the crow on that. I hope I'm wrong. I just feel that Bieniemy was the guy. But this whole, him making a lateral, like him coming over here as the OC, I absolutely agree that it's a lateral move, and I don't think it makes sense. Like, why would you leave Patrick Mahomes? I get the whole, he wants to escape Andy Reid's shadow. He's been in quote unquote Andy Reid's shadow these last 4 years, and they've built a superstar winning franchise over there.
Well,
now, playing devil's advocate, Andrew, why would he jump to the Saints to be OC? I tried thinking, okay, get out of the AFC.
Oh, that's a good
The AFC is loaded with quarterbacks now. Loaded with a ton of talent. Justin Hebert, Lamar Jackson, our boy Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Mac Jones, who can actually play every now and then. There's some other fucking guy I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah, Carson Wentz in Indianapolis, who actually somehow was good. And I know there's somebody else that I'm forgetting. But the NFC, wide open. So you make a lateral move to a wide open division in a potentially wide open conference. And let's say Dennis Allen just completely sucks for 2 years straight. Mickey and Miss Gale decide, okay, we got to pull the plug on this guy. All right, well, let's give it to the OC who's already
no. If it sucks for 2 years, they'll nuke it till it glows.
All right, I want to talk about Dennis Allen. Let me give you a couple thoughts because I have conflicting feelings about this. I think it's a good hire. Like, first of all, I just want to say that none of us.
Vicarious 28 didn't have conflicting feelings. He signed up with Prime.
Nice segue. Nice little tie-in. By the way, Dennis Allen was like what 8-28 as a head coach.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, but he had Terrell Pryor at quarterback and Darren McFadden's corpse at running back.
And who does he have now? Who's his quarterback now?
Not much better. So I feel like with Dennis Allen, none of us were in the interviews. Look, his resume, like, we know that he did a terrific job turning around the Saints defense. You see, there was the 9-0 Tampa game, which was kind of an audition for him. We have no idea how the locker room feels about him, other than we know they like him. We have no idea how Mickey Loomis feels about him compared to the other guys, other than he just hired him. We weren't sitting in these interviews. So, I wasn't crazy about the Sean Payton hire when the Saints hired him, and he ended up being the best hire in Saints history. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it should have been this guy instead of this guy. Like, I generally trust Mickey Loomis in these interviews. I'll tell you what makes me feel really conflicted is So I'll rewind back to a comment that Sean Payton made years ago when all these young hotshot offensive coordinators were getting hired. I remember Sean Payton kind of lamenting that the NFL wasn't really seeing enough black head coach hires, and he was like, everyone's trying to chase McVay, trying to find the next McVay because that's like it's a copycat league and that's the hot thing. And he just said we look forward to playing those teams. And the implication that he made there is that not going to be very well coached, and I'm going to coach their pants off of them, and we're going to beat those teams. But fast forward to now, and those guys were Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, Cliff Kingsbury. They were all in the playoffs this year. And if you look at the 4 teams that made the championship games, Cincinnati, 49ers, Rams, and who did Cincinnati play? I'm blanking.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. All offensive guys, all 4 of them.
Well,
all hotshot play callers. Andy Reid's older, but the other 3 are young hotshot play callers. And so I'm conflicted in the sense that the Saints didn't do that. They didn't hire Bieniemy. They didn't hire Byron Leftwich. They went with Dennis Allen, who's a defensive guy. And it hasn't been the flavor of the week in the NFL, and the flavor of the week's been the young offensive hotshot, and that's what's been working. So I have to say, that's the part that gives me pause.
Well, the pause is a good word. And I liked your word conflicted because I'm conflicted too in that I like the Dennis Allen hire. And I had said I wanted him to make some changes and show that he's not just going to try to continue the Sean Payton era without Sean Payton. But Dave, I'm conflicted about him getting rid of if Pete Carmichael's not going to be the OC and they're going to bring an outside OC in, they're going to have a whole new system, and their success has been based on we know the type of players Dennis Allen wants on defense, and we know the type of players Sean Payton wants on offense because we know this system because they've been running these systems for so long. They're going to bring a dude in from the outside. He's not going to run the Sean Payton offense. That means you got to change up the personnel. You got to draft and try to identify the right players. I'm conflicted because I wanted Dennis Allen to show that he's going to make changes and be his own guy. But if he goes radically different on offense, when you don't have a quarterback, that's pretty scary, no?
This whole fucking situation is totally frightening. I'm seriously, I'm listening to you and I'm thinking like it's actually all starting to kind of hit home. Like Sean Payton's not here. Like dad is gone. He's left. Dad got in the car. He said he was going for ice cream. He lied. He's not coming back. And like seriously, I'm concerned. And like you're talking about Carmichael and taking him out. I'm glad. I am very much relieved to see that the reports were saying that he's going to stay in house. And if that's the case, I very much agree with you. It seems like that would mean a move to quarterback coach. I don't really see what else.
You're going to take your victory lap about Carmichael never wanting a head coaching job?
No, I've just known.
That's
I have family,
man.
I have family in Destrehan, and they know him personally. And he's got 3 daughters. He's lived in Destrehan. He's enjoyed his life, and I don't think he has. I've never thought he had any desires to be the man, to have to stand up to the media every day and to have the heat on you, and to I know he went on a lot of interviews over the years for head coaching positions. I think he was just doing that just kind of because. I never once was ever worried about Pete Carmichael leaving for a head coaching job.
Andrew's drinking.
I never mosaic.
Dry January.
Yeah, that was a hazy
February.
IPA. Wait. That was a hazy IPA. Do you like that?
Ale, not IPA.
What do you think the PA in
It's not from India. We're good here. It's not from India.
It's made with mosaic hops, and it's a hazy. It says hazy pale ale, right?
Hazy pale ale, yeah.
You're drinking an IPA. You're drinking a hazy IPA.
I
And you
think
like it.
Andrew got
Put it in a
kidnapped.
glass, though. Don't drink it out of the can. Pour it in a glass.
I think
Let
Andrew
it
got
breathe a
kidnapped.
little bit.
I'm worried now.
No, let it breathe a little bit. But
This doesn't taste hoppy. It doesn't taste
All right.
that hoppy.
yes, because it's a haze. This is what I. Oh my God, Thomas, check the goddamn timestamp on this. This is what I have been saying for about 3
check
years.
the timestamp on this.
You have always thought that an IPA, you when you think of IPAs, you think of like Sierra Nevada, you think of like West Coast, very hoppy
There we go.
IPAs, but New England hazy IPAs, like the one you are currently chugging, they're not that hoppy. They are citrusy. They are bright. This is
All right.
Look,
So
Vince, I just want to say, don't jump on. Look, Dave is a tough association. All right, if you're going to be on our chat backing up Dave, I just want you to consider your lifestyle choice here, buddy.
that's right.
Right.
So
Pliny.
here's the thing.
Pliny's a West Coast, and it's
Also,
not that
I
hoppy,
haven't
but
been to the store to buy beer, so I'm stuck with what's in there. You know?
You got snow. You're dealing with the snow.
No, I just haven't been buying alcohol. So
Andrew, I got you.
Everyone has a hard time listening to Dave.
thank you.
It's ridiculous.
This is becoming the
Thank you, Kevin.
scariest.
The other Kevin, Saints to Death, says you're right. Dave sucks. All right.
No, I am. But going back to what I was saying, I'm sorry. I'm deathly afraid. I really have no idea. I'm not,
About
Ralph,
the IPA?
Don't know about the Saints
On the
coaching
panic
staff.
meter, Dave. Where are you? The
DEFCON-
Cariello panic meter.
If I remember correct from the movie War Games, the lower the number, the scarier. I think it was. I think it was the opposite of what you think. I think most people are like, "Oh, I'm DEFCON 5," but I think DEFCON
1
5
is
means,
the higher.
highest. I think DEFCON 5 means like the whole world is at peace and everybody is getting along and holding hands. I think DEFCON. Right? I think DEFCON 1 is where you
the nukes are in the chamber.
Yeah, you've got both both people with their finger on the thing and then turning the key.
I did not know that.
So yeah, I'm at DEFCON 1. No, this is again, like I said.
Did you feel worse when we didn't have a coach? Do you feel worse now?
The whole, to be honest with you, like this whole Carmichael changing positions, like obviously that means somebody is coming in at OC. So we've got somebody new coming in at OC. I'm a little concerned. I said it last week. I'm a little concerned about. I think Dennis Allen is a great X's and O's guy who knows football. But like I said last week, I'm a little concerned about him just being a leader of men, a motivator, somebody who just I don't know.
I think every time somebody mentions leader of men, Thomas, you need to play the Braveheart clip with Mel Gibson riding the horse where his face is painted.
My concern is that Dennis Allen is nowhere near Mel Gibson in that scene. That's the problem. That is exactly the problem.
Dave Cariello, leader of men.
And I'm not. That's not my.
Who would you have wanted them to hire? Just curious.
That's a great question. I'll be honest with you. Like I am not.
No one
I'm
would
not
have
like,
satisfied Dave.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, there may be some truth to that. Actually. But
Eric, be friendly.
I'm not like you. I'm not like Ralph and Andrew, where like I don't have like an encyclopedic Rolodex of all of the available coaches. I mean, I know who the Saints interviewed. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really crazy about anybody that they interviewed, other than maybe Bieniemy. I honestly, out of all of them, I would say Bieniemy is the one that I would have hired.
Kevin, get in here.
And I would have left DA as just like I said last week.
Here's the thing, though.
It's just like the Taysom Hill quarterback situation. I would have rather have hired Bieniemy from the outside. Leave Dennis Allen is already doing wonderful, great things with the defense. Just like you let Taysom continue doing Taysom things, you let Dennis Allen continue doing Dennis Allen things. And you can bring in Bieniemy. Hell, you bring in Bieniemy, you can still leave Pete Carmichael as your offensive coordinator. And then you've got two great offensive minds working together to fix this offense, which is in dire straits right now.
Well,
They need
here's
a
the
lot of
thing,
help.
though, Dave. Here's the thing. I'm worried about you. Kevin, get in here. You have experience with breakups. Dave is going through a breakup crisis with Sean Payton. Walk him through it and tell him he's going to be okay.
I'm really hoping.
Just hang on a second. Don't mind me.
I'm really hoping that, like, Peyton, I am really hanging my hat. I'm being dead serious now.
Jesus, we're gonna get banned, man. Come on.
What is he doing?
Cut this shit out.
Please.
I'm being
Not
dead
like I
serious.
started jerking or anything. Jesus Christ.
That would probably be better, actually. I'm being dead serious. I am really.
Subscriptions.
Well, not from you. I am really hoping that Sean Payton is going to be behind the scenes,
Oh my
back
God,
channeling shit.
No, he's not.
No.
He's done. He's
Why not?
done.
He
He's
can.
done.
He's done.
No. He can
can't
be
just let
back.
it go,
He
Dave.
can. No.
Just let it go.
There's no way he's gonna go. There's no way he's.
He's already looked more vibrant. Did you not see those photos he took with fucking
I
Jeff
know
Duncan
that.
next to him?
I know that.
If this was 1 year
Listen to
prior,
me.
he'd be
Listen to me.
strangling Jeff
Listen to me.
Duncan on
Listen to
film.
me.
Now
Listen to me.
he looks 5 years younger just because
Okay.
he walked away from the team.
Okay, great.
2 weeks ago, he
Listen
quit.
to me.
He looks vibrant and alive right now.
March,
You
April,
think he wants
May,
to be
June,
fiddling
July,
around with a
August.
fucking football team at all? The man is going to
Kevin,
enjoy himself.
Kevin,
He's
Kevin.
banging a lady way younger than him. Good
Kevin.
for him. Go nuts.
I don't disagree with anything that you just ranted about, but we have 6
Learn some
months.
magic tricks from your brother.
Kevin, we have 6 months until the season starts, okay? And let me tell you something. I don't care how hot his young wife is. After 6 months of that, even that will start to get old. And he's going to. I'm telling you,
This guy.
he's gone from the amount of time he has put into being head coach of an NFL franchise for the last 16 years. He has been 15 to 16 hours of his 24-hour a day into this. Okay, he's not going to go from that.
And he is free of it.
Okay, but he's
Dave
not.
is so deep. I did not realize Dave was in this
No.
much denial.
I am. We
I
gotta
did not
come. We
realize
gotta.
this.
We gotta come up with like a Sean Payton anon. I'm
do.
I'm the Q. I'm the Q Payton. You call me
You're
whatever
the
you want.
P. You're the P.
I'm the Peyton shaman. I'm the P shaman.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm just saying to go from 100 miles an hour to 0. I think that's going to be
I picked the wrong week.
that's going to be shocking to Peyton's system, and I think it's totally reasonable.
All I can tell you is Sean Payton saw the Kamara news about Kamara getting arrested,
Yeah,
and he
did he
kicked
tweet
his
something?
feet up. He lit up a cigar.
Alvin!
Sean Payton saw that news. He lit up a cigar. He was like, "Greatest decision ever."
Yes, no, he can.
done. He's out.
No.
He's
No.
done.
Hold on.
Andrew doesn't know football.
He is not the head coach of the team anymore. So you're right. He probably did kick his feet up and say, I don't have to deal with this shit anymore, because he doesn't. But that doesn't mean that he wouldn't mind spending 1 hour of his day every day of the week just sharing some info, running some plays by the
He'll do that for ESPN for $7 million a year.
Correct.
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 There's going to
Maybe
be back,
more.
There
That's
is going
what's
to
gonna
be there is
Think
going to
so,
be
Dave.
back. There's going to be back channeling.
He's going to
We
diagram
like that.
stuff.
And you know
Like
what?
Ryan and some
And you know
like,
what?
Dave.
Pond.
There is going to be
Something's
back
buzzing.
channeling. There's going to be back channeling, and you know what? You all should get aboard this train because
Oh
you
my
want
God.
this to happen. No. You want this to happen. You want Peyton to be involved as much as possible to help guide this ship.
The only-
okay?
The
Don't
only
act like
back-
this isn't a good idea.
No,
Kevin
the only back
James-
channeling
Kevin
Peyton's
James-
going to
you
be
know what?
doing is to
Actually,
Jerry Jones.
has a better chance of having input on this
Hold on.
fucking offense
Hold
than
on.
Sean Payton does in 2022, Dave.
Hold on,
Okay?
hold on.
Connor
hold
has
on.
a better chance.
Hold on. Spin zone here. You want to use the Alvin Kamara thing against me for Peyton? How about this? Alvin Kamara never got arrested until Payton left. Okay, the ship is already started. The ship is already off. The train is already off the tracks. The train is already off the tracks. It's been 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. Train's already off the tracks. We've already got problems. You want to spin zone this shit? That's what it is right there.
Here's the thing with Alvin Kamara is, Kevin, if we did a draft and we were like, okay, let's draft the most likely Saints player to go to Vegas and Billy Bats somebody, like beat him down. If we drafted 1 to 53, 1 to 55, I feel like Alvin Kamara would have been like 52, 53, like the least likely dude to do this. And yet, he not only did it, I feel like he pitched a perfect game of stupid from beginning to end. Every single thing he did was the dumbest possible. Does this man not watch the first 48 or Law and Order or any crime drama of the last 30
or The Sopranos, Goodfellas, The Godfather?
Look. This goes back to an old Bill Burr bit. This is why we need to have a diverse group of friends. If you have a predominantly white group of people, you need to have that one black friend. If you're in a predominantly black group of people, you need to have that one white friend who tells you to register your weapons and knows all the laws,
and stuff,
knows all the problems, knows every single thing that you can that you can step into and how to avoid it. Alvin Kamara needed that guy in his entourage that night, and he did not have that person. If anything, the members of his entourage need to be fired and he needs to hire a whole new entourage.
He does.
Those guys should have prevented Kamara from even touching this guy. Kamara could have been throwing a punch, and one of his own entourage had to have dived in front of it to take the hit themselves. So the poor schmuck that got KO'd didn't get touched by Alvin Kamara. Let your pals beat the shit out of this guy. Not you. You go bail them out.
That's my biggest problem with this whole thing, is that his entourage failed him. All right, like Alvin Kamara, like he's nice enough to bring you to Vegas. Right, he's paying for all the rooms. He's paying for all the food. We all know it.
Allegedly.
So
allegedly.
Take care of his business.
Worth $7 million or whatever.
Yeah, the $70 million guy doesn't lift a finger. You take care of his business for him in a situation like that. Right. It's like Ray Lewis. It's like the Ray Lewis thing. Yeah, I won't go there. Okay, but it's kind of, you know what it reminds me of? It's like the taste tester Julius Caesar back in the Roman Empire and all that. So, it's like it's like, look, listen. It's got
weird.
Solve your problems with aggression.
Look, you get to roll with Caesar, right? Like the great ruler. Your boys with Caesar. Like shit's going down. Caesar's got to live. He's got to keep going, right? So if the food's poisoned, you got to fall on that proverbial sword. You've got to taste the entree. You've got to taste the poison, and you've got to die. So Caesar can continue to rule the land and not eat the poison and die himself.
I'll say this.
Let Kamara taste the poison.
Those guys probably are smart enough.
Had one job.
Even if they did, they're probably smart enough that when the police come up to them, you know what they do? They zip their fucking mouth and don't say shit. Miranda, do you understand your rights? Yes, I want a lawyer. And then don't say shit.
I mean, that's
it wasn't like Dave.
Look, this may sound funny coming from a 41-year-old Larry Bird white ass motherfucker like myself. Do not talk to the cops. Do not talk to the cops. If they are questioning you for anything, am I being detained? Yes or no? No? Why? Yes, I want my lawyer. Hey, were you here on this and that? Am I being detained?
You get into a certain price bracket, and Alvin Kamara is there. I promise you. Don't talk to police.
At all.
He's got
at all.
Talk to them.
Do not talk to them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I feel like
don't go to Vegas.
I feel like if I had gone to Vegas I mean, I crippled, so I avoid fights at all costs. But if a fracas has happened in the elevator, a fracas, I would have at least, in the 24 hours or whatever I had, I would have at least texted Andrew and been like, "Hey, Andrew, give me your dad's number. I need a lawyer." Like, I would at least do that. And I'm not worth $70 million.
There's there's no way that Alvin doesn't have a lawyer, and if he doesn't have his own personal lawyer, like there's no way that his agent, his manager, whatever, like does not have somebody absolutely on the ready that could take care of this. So that's my thing. So yes, wait, I have a
Oh, that's Alvin Kamara's tweet. That's
I have
if
a
you
quote.
partake in things that suckers do, you a sucker too.
Yeah.
That's his pinned tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin, you got to live by what you say. Or
From October 20th.
Came back to haunt him.
That's a message to his future self, right?
Yeah.
Message from the past.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Message to his future self.
Just take your own advice. Well, that's what I was gonna say, Ralph. You took that from me, and then
sorry, Dave.
I feel like Ralph has put some tweets out there that would come back to bite him like this.
I mean,
I think we all have.
We need to have the annual summer Ralph competition where I tell people, dig up my worst tweets and I'll send you a free t-shirt. We'll do that on the show tonight. Somebody in the chat, if you want to dig up a horrible tweet of mine that was a horrible prediction, dig it up. We'll send you a free t-shirt.
Search David Onyemata, and that should do it.
That's right. But I have one more thing to say. So Deadspin had an article, and the headline was I had Thomas pull it up because I don't remember the exact wording, but basically it was like, this is why we can't have a team in Vegas, and I think that's like the most ridiculous thing. Here, he's got to pull up. Alvin Kamara's arrest further illustrates the fact that the NFL in Las Vegas is a bad idea. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. This is victim blaming. That's like saying that woman shouldn't have been wearing the short dress. And that's why she was sexually molested. Like Vegas. Are you
saying Vegas is slutty?
No. I'm saying Vegas has nothing to do with this. Vegas is a city. Okay, Vegas is just a bunch of buildings. These people, Henry Ruggs, Alvin Kamara, whoever else you want to. Okay, these are people that have free will, that made choices, that made decisions, and did these things for better or for worse.
I've been to Vegas 10 times and not been arrested.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that you would be blaming Vegas for this. Like I don't understand this. Like, this isn't Vegas's fault. Like, these. It's weird to me. It's a weird. That's a weird take.
Outside an elevator anywhere.
It is a weird. It's a weird take for me to be like, oh, this is why we can't this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, although Jeremy Shockey, he always got in trouble in Vegas though.
Well, no,
he
never
was one of those dudes who should never go to
down,
Vegas.
He's got blackout drunk.
He got blackout drunk and fought a vending machine.
I'm just saying, like, Jeremy Shockey and Vegas combined was never a good thing.
Never a good thing.
Ralph.
It's not Vegas's fault. That's Shockey's fault.
He should have been banned from Vegas.
Well, my wife had said last night.
My wife.
She's a wedding planner, does destination weddings in Vegas, and she had said, I was like, oh crap, Alvin Kamara got arrested in Vegas, and she's like, listen, I do these weddings in Vegas where people get drunk, family members, they shove each other. And then if the police get called in Vegas, right, the law is somebody has to get arrested. So like she's like, I've worked a couple weddings where like family members, they shove each other, the hotel or whatever calls the police, and by then the family members have made up, and then people are crying because they're cuffing old Uncle Kevin and they're taking him away. But like, if you have a fracas, somebody has to get arrested. And last night I was like, oh, that's it. It'd probably be bad. Alvin Kamara's not dumb enough to throw 9 punches at a dude as he walks away. Like, that's not going to happen. Then I saw it today. I was like, yeah, this is bad. So
Saints to Death says this. Raiders had 3 DUIs in 2021, including 1 DUI homicide, and 2 other NFL players have been arrested in 2022, and it's February 7th. Vegas is a problem.
Look, I'm not saying that
Statistically speaking, a dirty old mix says statistically speaking, Vegas is a problem.
I wouldn't argue that point. I'm not going to sit here and argue that point.
You just did.
No. I'm
Isn't that
saying
true
that
of New
it's
Orleans
not.
also?
That is
It's
fucking
not
stupid.
It's not
Wake up.
Vegas's fault. It is all of these people make these decisions.
Correct.
This is not Vegas's fault. I'm
Correct.
But
sorry,
isn't Vegas
but it
like
is-
an open bar?
Dude, so
For
is
bad
no,
decisions?
no.
New
See,
Orleans,
Ralph,
Miami.
That's the
But
problem. Is
to
that
quote-
people.
to quote Joe Burrow, I feel like I'm in a good city because there's nothing to do in Cincinnati. Ergo, we get COVID less than other teams because none of us go out.
I just like.
Just saying they're in the Super Bowl. Just saying.
There's
on the
just.
Andrew doesn't know football.
I just think from a.
Well, if that's the case, how'd the
Sean,
Saints ever
you know
win?
what,
Sean
Sean?
just got drive-through
Sean, with your
daiquiris. You
sound
got the
bite, you
porter.
can shove it because you quit on us, buddy. All right, so you want to tell me I don't know football? You want to block me on Twitter? You want to do all that stuff,
Sean?
Sean Payton. You want to block me on Twitter? You want to tell me I don't know
That's his
football?
girlfriend.
You know what? I'm still here. I'm still doing the podcast. You know, I'm still committed to the Saints. Can't say it.
Thomas is pounding the strike zone tonight. He's just on it.
I don't know about that.
Justin
Oh,
Verlander.
Greg Maddox.
Back from the dead, man.
Kevin, we know.
I'm trying to think of another analogy that I can use for this, like blaming of Vegas for the for the problems that people are getting themselves into. Like again,
It's like
comes
it's like
back
me
to
blaming
Julius
Thomas
Caesar.
for the bad audio on this show when we all know it's my fault.
that is a good example, actually. That's a fucking perfect example. Hey Ralph, get your fucking shine box.
You motherfucker.
But Kevin, the biggest thing is, look, I wonder, like, we knew Goodell hated Sean Payton and he would hammer the Saints into oblivion. Maybe he hates the Saints in general. I'm really concerned about this because the thing is, when Alvin Kamara didn't play, the Saints offense was arguably the worst offense in the NFL.
Well, it's a
And
good
if
thing
he
we have a
misses
great
four-
offensive mind leading the team then, right?
That's right. So if he misses 3 to 6 games, that's bad.
Yeah,
So my
and
question
we
is, how
and we
panicked are
still
you about
haven't-
no
And we
Kamara?
still haven't determined that Michael Thomas is going to come back from his operation surgery thing.
Should
That's
we
correct.
should we acquire Adrian Peterson to tide us over until
Oh my
Alvin
God.
Kamara can
Here
return?
we go.
I tell you what, okay, you brought him up, so I don't have to wait.
Here
for my
we
spot.
go.
I don't have to wait for my spot. I'm going to create my own. I'm going to create my own hole and go through it.
Here we go.
My brother this morning or this afternoon texted
My
me. and was like-
brother.
My brother texts me and he goes, "Oh yeah, Kamara's done. He's going to be gone for the year."
I mean, that's very.
And he sends me the
that's-
arrest.
that's
and he,
very
and-
reactionary.
Of course it is, because my brother's
Very
a goof.
reactionary. Yeah, well, okay. Younger
And
or
sends
older
me
than you?
sends me the arrest report. How old's my brother? He's like 4 years younger than me.
Okay. You're the oldest in your family?
No. I have an older brother who's
1984.
9 years older than me.
And a
Um,
sister.
Yeah, I have an older
1971.
sister.
So you're 3 out of 4.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Just getting some
So-
context here.
So tells me, "Oh no, Kamara's going to be done for the year." Makes me read the whole thing, and I read the arrest report or the police report. I respond to my brother, and I even tweeted this out. There are people that somehow think Kamara is going to be gone for a year, or he's going to miss significant, like
No.
10 games, 12 games. Listen,
I had some guy on
If
Twitter
a
tell me that he was going to spend
professional
4 to 5
football
years in
player-
jail.
if a professional football player can admit to abusing his own 4-year-old son with a switch and tearing up that child's testicles and only get suspended for a year, Alvin Kamara is A, not going to prison, and B, he ain't gonna miss a year of football.
Dude, here's the thing. It's not a woman, so all people are gonna care about, Dave, is when's he getting back. And we
are so early into this, and I know we are so early into this, and I know we're so early into this because we're the best damn Saints podcast on the planet, and we will get you the info before you even wake up. You don't even know what's going on. But I honestly,
I want to congratulate Kamara on the annual David Onyemata 6-game suspension season.
First of all,
on Alvin. What I really want to know is who are the two starters that are going to have the botched surgery, failed rehab, setback for that you think they're going to be back in week 2, and then it's really going to be week 8. And then
I got my nominee.
Actually, they're out for the season.
I thought about this, Andrew. I think the winner, it's going to be Teron Armstead. The Saints are going to sign him to a below-market deal. And we're going to be super excited because we're going to be like, oh, my God, Teron Armstead signed for 5 years, $80 million below market and only $30 million guaranteed. That's a great deal. He loves the Saints. He's committed to the team. He's a leader.
Congratulations, he's Nick Fairley.
Yeah. And then we'll be like,
again.
It's Halloween and he hasn't played a snap. That's what it's going to be. But
wait, I was in the middle of talking, and now, Jesus, we've gone so far.
Are you going to get there?
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Someone interrupted you? No. Someone interrupted you? I can't believe
we
it.
know,
I cannot
and then
believe
you
that
know,
someone
and then
interrupted
they
Dave
know,
Carriolo.
and then everybody else
Great
knows.
Dave Carriolo was interrupted on this show. I can't believe it. That is so rude. That is so insulting.
Sensitive.
Should all be ashamed.
Wait a minute. You guys think that I interrupt you? I feel like you guys all interrupt me.
do.
Why is that quality so terrible? It does not sound like that on my phone.
I mean, do we need to have a moment here? I was unaware of that. I feel like I let you guys talk.
Solve your problems with aggression.
Actually, I think Ralph is the worst that interrupted.
Ralph is absolutely the fucking worst. Are you kidding me?
I got to move the train along to the next topic, Dave.
No, you
Ralph
don't.
can't say
You gotta
anyone's
let me
name
goddamn
right.
finish what the hell I was saying, and now I've already forgotten what the hell I was saying. What the hell was I talking
Saints
about?
to
What was I
Death
talking about?
confirms Dave sucks. He said it.
Like a small baby.
You know what? I used to like Saints to Death. No,
I don't like him so much.
I don't know if I like him so much. You might be dead to me. I don't know. Wait, what? Shit, I don't know.
But Dave, the
was the
offense,
general
are you
topic
panicked
we
about
were
it? No Kamara for 6 weeks.
Oh, we're talking about
Not good.
Kamara. Look,
I think you were trying to make the point, Dave, that it's too early and we don't.
yes,
too early, yeah.
I mean, like Deontay. When did Deontay Harris get suspended? Like he didn't. Like this could drag out. First of all, like we said earlier, honestly, I think if Kamara keeps his mouth shut and just says, "My lawyer," I'm not talking to you pigs. I want my
Another
lawyer.
Goodfellas quote, by the way.
Yeah. No, if he says that, honestly, I think he's even in better position. But this is, I mean, I don't know. In the grand scheme of things, this is like very, very low on the totem pole.
Well, that's a good question.
Did you see that quote? Did you see that quote where he said, paraphrasing here, you guys probably read it and remember it better than I do, but it was something like, I punched him because I thought he was trying to run away.
Yeah, the word.
I'm just like,
like if you made it up, it wouldn't even.
That is really
They're playing
idiotic.
I'm really that's what's most upsetting is that like Alvin like what? Come on, dude. Yes, Alvin, you are at a level where you should definitely know better than
That's Junior Galette type shit, man. That's
the dude's like in the hospital. Man. He was concussed. He was knocked out.
Broken orbital bone. Yeah. But here's my question.
I can't believe he's
like,
here's my question.
I got my licks in. You know, like.
Are we more because when Lattimore had the gun charge and we saw that video, we were like, "Oh my God!"
You need to shoot your dick off.
Lattimore's getting suspended for like 6 weeks, and nothing came of it. Do you feel like this is as bad? Do you feel as bad about Kamara as you did with Lattimore when Lattimore first broke. I know that's hard to do because we know how Lattimore turned out.
I think this is. I think this is apples and apples. I really do. I think this is like the same shit. I
don't
really
know
do.
if this is a shot
think there's
at,
any
at
difference.
Thomas or Ralph. You guys should have dug up our commentary right after the Lattimore thing happened. You should drop that right now.
I didn't
You're a
think
bad
of it.
host, Ralph.
Bad
You're
host.
a bad producer, Thomas. But I would actually
Fuck you, Andre George.
be interested in hearing how we reacted to Lattimore when that first happened. And look, I'm going from memory here, which is admittedly hazy.
Panicked.
See what
I was
did
panicked.
there, Dave? Mosaic hazy. See what I did there? But I think we were panicked. Yeah,
Panicked.
I think we were absolutely like, oh, he's
Bleeping
gonna,
panicked.
We were like, remember because it was a stolen gun.
That's right.
I believe the serial number was scratched off. Right?
That's right.
He said he had purchased it from some dude on the street, so it
He was
like
dead to
illegally
rights, man.
acquired.
That's how
It's
it's
illegally acquired. It wasn't holstered, so like we were like, oh yeah, he's going to jail. He's
Yeah, he was in Angola. He didn't go to jail.
Yeah, he's going to
went
Angola.
Straight to Angola.
And the
Welcome to
Deontay DUI, the Deontay DUI ended up being way worse.
Wait a minute. I got.
Way worse.
Hold on.
In terms of a suspension, I mean.
I in the chat here, Saints to Death here. First of all, he wants to know if I've ever been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas.
Your arch enemy, man. Your nemesis.
No, he's not my. No, Andrew is my arch nemesis. I've been to Vegas multiple times. No, I mean we are, but I love you.
Shushly
77. Subscribe.
But now
to
wait a
Prime.
minute. Saints to Death.
Love you.
Wait. Now Saints to Death wants to blame Vegas. Saints to Death says they shouldn't be in Vegas because it's too tempting. There's too many things going on in Vegas. It's not the players' fault. It's Vegas's fault.
Is he talking about the Pro Bowl or the Raiders?
He's talking about just Vegas and the NFL in general.
Kevin, where would be the most
Ralph,
dull place to
you're
hold
doing
the
it,
Pro
Ralph.
Bowl?
Ralph, stop! You're doing it. You're fucking interrupting. Holy shit!
Solve your problems with aggression.
But then he's also a problem because he's worried that Alvin Kamara is on video stomping a guy 23 times. First of all, Alvin Kamara didn't stomp the guy 23 times. There were 4 people there. So that's an average of like 5.25 stomps per person. Okay. So first of all, Alvin Kamara at most stomped him like 5.25 times. And second of all, I thought it was Vegas's fault. It's either Kamara's fault or it's Vegas's fault. Who's it going to be?
Maybe it's the guy. You should have tried to get in the elevator.
No.
Alvin is a saint. Leave him alone.
You're either blaming Vegas because it's Sin City and there's too many temptations and they just can't help himself. Apparently Kamara just couldn't help himself from stopping this guy because he was in Vegas. If Kamara was in any other city, he wouldn't have stopped this guy. But he was like, fuck it, I'm in Vegas. I gotta stop this guy.
We keep talking about how smart Kamara is, but let's not forget after the 6 touchdown or 5 touchdown Vikings game, he went to what bar was it? It was some awful Metairie bar. What was it again?
To the strip club.
Oh, it was
Table
a
and
Metairie
Tap.
bar.
Table
and Tap in freaking
that's
Metairie.
right.
Like he went and got COVID.
That used
to
to
go
be
Table and Tap
room, I think.
He has a history of another poor pre-production. We should have had that, Thomas. We should have had that queued up. Alvin Kamara has a history of bad decisions, is what Andrew's trying to say.
Dreamo, by the way, has a hilarious comment here in our chat. he makes a good point.
We gotta stop the
here.
show, man. We gotta stop.
It's like he says, does Thomas even know that Angola is a prison? Good point. He probably thinks we've been talking about the country this whole time.
Yeah. No shit, man.
Angola is a famous state penitentiary in Louisiana. Thomas.
Damn.
That's where all the violent criminals go to Angola.
Prison rodeo.
You should say, welcome to USA, Thomas.
Did the prison rodeo get canceled? I think the prison
Yeah, it
rodeo
did.
might have gotten canceled.
Yeah, they don't have the prison rodeo.
Our Polish producer does not know Angola.
Anyway, my point is like you can't be upset with Vegas and say, oh, it's Vegas's fault and like these can't help themselves, and then also be upset at Kamara for stomping a guy. Like
All right,
just
let's
pick a
move
lane
on
is
from
what you're
this talking
saying.
point.
yeah, I'm saying pick a damn lane. Pick a damn lane.
So
And no, it's not. And also, your lane should not be Vegas is to blame because that's
So-
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
the worst thing Kamara did today was
To the Cubs.
he ruined. Today is the anniversary of the Saints winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, and Thomas has
13? How many years? 13 years?
he has a Super Bowl related trivia that we'll get to in a second. But here's the thing. For the hotline, we don't have a hotline this week because we didn't have a topic. But for next week, we're going to have a hotline. I want people
Thank you,
to
buddy.
call into the hotline and tell us about bad decisions you made on vacation. That's the topic for next week. I want you to call in and tell us about bad decisions you made on vacation. Alcohol related, not alcohol related, doesn't really matter. But bad decisions you made on vacation. Make that happen. We'll do a fun hotline next week.
Mine was going with my family.
You know what would be a great topic for the hotline is times that like the Saints have made you like you were so angry in the middle of a game, you did something that you regret, kind of thing.
Ooh, that's a good one. Should
You
we
either
do that?
screamed something, or you threw something, or you punched something, or
Yeah, that's a good one.
did the Saints ever make you so angry that you did something you regret?
That's a better one. We're
The
going
time
to
you
use that
threw a
one.
battery at Drew Brees' head. Tell us
Yeah,
about the time you threw a battery at Drew Brees'
When
head.
you well, I got so angry I ripped
G battery.
my fat heads down and reset them. I got Dennis Allen, Kamara, he's
And then
gone.
Be enemy.
He's going to
the
jail.
enemy fathead.
Yeah.
Be
I got-
enemy. Top.
Is
So-
that a Pete Carmichael fathead?
I don't
at
have the Pete
top there?
Carmichael fat head.
Pete Carmichael opted the program. He was like, I don't want a fat head of me. Nobody's gonna have a fat head of Carmichael.
No, but you know, today is the anniversary of the Saints Super Bowl, and
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
something.
not to get into long-winded memories of it, but Kevin, the one thing that really stuck out to it, besides the atrocity of the halftime show that was The Who, is that the Super Bowl,
Oh man.
it seemed to zip by at warp speed. Maybe it's because they didn't have a lot of punts, and I don't know. But it felt like you looked up, and it only felt like it had gone for an hour, and then you look up and you're like, oh my God, there's 7 minutes left in this game. Like, it just felt like it zipped by.
Usama Young.
And
Why I gotta see this? Yeah, Usama Young comes in.
God, look at how young and beautiful Drew Brees looked there.
Look at all that hair.
He's
at all
been
that
gone 2 weeks and he already looks
Kevin
like that
James,
again.
man.
Like a
Kevin
small
James.
freaking baby.
oh, Pierre Thomas getting stuffed at the goal line.
Like a small
Not good.
f***ing baby.
But I mean, and by the way, Garrett Hartley, he could have been MVP of that game.
Yeah,
Like, every kick he made in that game
3
felt
for 3. And they weren't easy.
monumental.
Hartley was insane in the playoffs
Yeah.
that year.
The
Insane.
onside kick, Dave,
Greatest,
I
most
felt-
ballsy fucking moment call in sports history.
it was like
Yeah,
an
but
out of body
Jonathan
experience for
Casillas
me. I
makes
wasn't
that
even
play
paying
happen, by the way.
attention. I was like
Jonathan-
getting geared up for the second half, Dave, and I was like, what is it like broke my brain. Like, I couldn't
Chris
process it.
Reese makes the recovery, but Casillas is the one that makes that recovery happen.
I don't know. Yeah, Chris Reese doesn't ever get credit for actually recovering that ball. Like, nobody ever talks about Chris Reese. They only talk about Morstead and Peyton
Morstead,
having
yeah.
the balls. And yeah, I was walking back to my seat when they pulled that off, and I remember the guy that I was sitting next to. I was at the game. I was in the stadium, and I remember the guy I was sitting next to, who was a Colts fan and a Colts blogger. He was my colleague, and he was totally beside himself. I mean, he was totally beside himself. He could not believe that anybody would that would ever happen in a football game. And to this day,
Wait, sorry, which part?
Onside
just
kick.
an onside kick.
Oh yeah.
I don't. To this day, it still hasn't been done.
And let's make sure
is this the Tracy Porter play right here?
no.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, I
or
think
is
it's
it?
coming.
Shit, maybe
It
it
is.
is.
That's Malcolm Jenkins, man.
I think it is.
Still on
Yeah,
the
that
team.
is.
There it
Yeah.
is.
done, picked off, and Hank Baskett was the one that the onside kick hit right in the numbers,
Right.
and he bobbled it. But you know what? He turned out okay. He married Kendra Wilkinson, so
That
good
was the
for
one I
him.
was
No, I think they're
Yeah.
divorced. I don't think they're together anymore.
Are they?
I don't know. Look that up.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, sorry.
No, that didn't last very
Couple
long at all.
divorced in 2018. Oh well, hey.
Yeah, that didn't last very long at all.
I want Malcolm Jenkins to stay on the Saints. Watching these highlights, I'm like, I'm not ready to move on from having no one on the team from that era. Let's run it back, Malcolm Jenkins, one more year. I got to tell you, watching these highlights, it kind of gives me goosebumps. Seriously, sends shivers down my spine. And I just felt like for a long time, this was never in the cards for me as a lifelong Saints fan. And I still can't believe we pulled that off. I cannot believe when I think about as a kid what the older generation told me about the Saints. They would call Tom Benson a tire kicker. They would tell me that, the Saints are never going to amount to anything. And to look at, like, fast forward now 12 years, look at where we are now. We've had a lot of success, a lot of heartbreak in the playoffs, but no matter I don't know how long my life is going to be, and hopefully I'll see another one, at some point. But if I die tomorrow, like, the Saints won a Super Bowl, and I saw that. It happened. It was a thing in my life, and that is like whatever. We probably take this stuff way too seriously, in the grand scheme of things with life. But like, I can't believe we pulled it off. I can't believe it. As a small market team, New Orleans team.
Yeah.
For us to win a Super Bowl it was against all odds, man.
Kevin, I feel like, and I'm totally fine with this, is that I will never have another sports experience like the Saints winning the Super Bowl, because you had the Saints winning the Super Bowl, the Katrina on the heels of Katrina. It just, you'll never have an emotional moment. I'll never have an emotional moment like that in sports. I've seen LSU win 3 national titles. I've seen the Astros win a World Series, almost win another one. But I'm never getting that again. And I'm like weirdly okay with it. Like, even if the Saints win another title before I die.
You put the Saints above all that. You put the Saints winning a Super Bowl above LSU, above Houston, above all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I will tell you this.
Every sports team I've ever rooted for,
nothing will ever compare.
That I've ever seen succeed or win anything, it's never felt anywhere close to.
Right. I coached my son's basketball team, and we won a title last winter. That was really special to do that together.
John Wooden of 8-year-olds.
Yeah. Like, that wasn't even more special than the Saints winning the Super Bowl, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm being serious.
No, I'm laughing.
My wedding, my child being born, the Saints winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's it.
Your
That's
wedding your wedding is over your child.
What about the honeymoon?
I would put my child being born, then my wedding.
The honeymoon, I went to Vegas, Kevin, and didn't get arrested.
Your wife doesn't listen to this.
So I should have got a medal.
Oh, wait, you went to Las Vegas and you didn't stomp on some guy as he was trying to get in the elevator?
That was back when I had the grip strength of a 6-year-old, Dave.
You're not living,
I couldn't
Ralph.
be fighting anybody. Now I got the grip strength of a 15-year-old. I'm ready to
They didn't give you the key to the city before you left the airport?
I got to say, this is why I want the Bengals to win so bad. I kind of want this for their fans.
Yeah.
Because I know what it felt like to win it. And
I think it's the exact same. I think it's the exact same.
They have invested. Like, if you're a lifelong Bengals fan, you have invested in this like I did.
I wish I knew Bengals people. I would want to like hang out with them and watch the game with them.
They have no idea what the payoff feels like. Like, if they pull this off, it's just.
Yeah.
I
what
want
about
it
the Falcons,
for them.
man?
I want it for Bills fans. I want the Bills to win a Super Bowl too.
When the Cubs finally won the World Series so many years ago, this was like the one tweet I ever did that like got a lot of whatever. It was something to the effect of, it was the gif from the end of Shawshank when Red is walking on the beach
That's right.
and he sees Andy Dufresne on the boat,
Zihuatanejo.
and it's Zihuatanejo, and it's basically like, like, hey, Cubs fans, welcome to Zihuatanejo. Like that's what it
Right.
fucking feels like
Right.
when you're
Yeah.
a tortured fan base
Yeah.
and you feel like it's
No,
never
no.
going to happen. You get it, like you want it to happen for other people.
Yeah, and I wanted to say this on the last podcast, but like, everybody that's listening to this knows me at this point. I'm not an LSU guy. I'm a Tulane guy. I could give a shit about
There we
LSU.
go.
I could
we
give
go.
no. You know what? Don't ruin this, Andrew. Okay, I could give a shit about LSU. I could give a shit about the Tigers. I give a shit about their national. I'll back up. I do give a shit about their national championship because it brought a lot of joy and a lot of happiness to a lot of people that I know.
Look at
Who
Kevin.
did-
Yeah, Kevin's right.
Who did, no.
Yeah, Kevin's like,
No, Kevin. It meant absolutely nothing to me financially. It absolutely did not.
No, of course not.
No,
That's the guy who opened a store in Baton Rouge.
I opened one the year before they won, and
You better be careful about how negative you are about the Tigers here.
And I tried to sell LSU stuff, and it didn't work. No, I could care less. I'm out of it. I'm out of that business. I don't sell LSU stuff anymore. And I'm saying this seriously. Like, I'm a Tulane guy. I could care less about LSU. In fact, I have been programmed to hate LSU. But I enjoyed Joe Burrow. I enjoyed watching him. I enjoyed watching LSU win the national championship because it's pointless for me as a Tulane alum to really, root against LSU. It's like, what is that? Like, it's like Tulane's really gonna get to that point where they're going for a national championship. So, and
Y'all were undefeated that one time.
Yeah, we were, and that can happen again. And if that happened again, we'll talk. But my point,
I have a feeling you will be hearing about that on this podcast.
If that would happen, yes, this would all of us a sudden become a
Tulane
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah. But my point is I have no ties to LSU whatsoever. But I mean, Joe Burrow is just I would sleep with Joe Burrow. I would have.
Hey, wait a minute.
Burrow.
The pants are getting tighter. Audio here for Dave.
Pants just got tighter.
Do things that are probably illegal in most southern states. Like he's just like
he's cool as hell.
He's so. I mean, like, he just wins games. He goes out there. He's not like your. It's kind of like Tom Brady, where he's not like the most, impressive. He doesn't throw the greatest ball, or like he doesn't have a huge arm, or but he just does what needs to get done to win a game. But like
a big arm,
he's just but I mean, he's young, for crying out loud. But like he just, he's in the locker room after the game, and he's and he's doing the get the gat, and he's got the cigar, and like he just.
I feel like Joe
everything.
Burrow
He could take a dump. I could watch Joe Burrow take a shit, and I'd be like,
okay, that got weird.
That is the coolest shit I've ever seen anybody take.
I mean, he did watch you take. I mean, he was watching the podcast a couple months ago. He would have watched you take a dumpski, so you're returning the favor. We appreciate that.
And I looked,
it's like,
and I looked
I imagine what Joe Burrow is like. It's like
Joe Burrow was doing
James Dean. It's like being James Dean. Like, before social media, before TV, and all you had was newspapers and bingo games and bicycles. That was like your form of entertainment. Remember the obsession in that era about James Dean. Well, I feel like Joe Burrow.
But he's got that. He's got the hair. He's a good-looking guy. I mean, like, he just I'm sorry, but
you're saying, like, I'm not going to be as creepy or perverted as you, Dave. But like,
no.
I know what you're saying.
Well, here's the thing.
No. There is. I don't think there was one person. I'm being totally serious, and I think George Clooney maybe held this position at one point for a long time, but I don't think there's anybody fucking cooler than Joe Burrow on the face of this fucking planet right now. I think Joe Burrow is the fucking coolest goddamn male on this planet.
Here's my question. Here's my question, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin,
I'm
if
serious.
Joe Burrow
fucking
wins,
serious. George
I'm gonna
Clooney,
need
get
another
the fuck
beer
outta
for
here.
this show. Jesus.
if Joe Burrow wins a Super Bowl Sunday, Kevin,
Yeah.
he will have gotten the Cajun Muppet Ed Ogeron a national title, and somebody named Zach Taylor a
Cajun.
Lombardi.
Yeah.
I can't think of a dude dragging 2 more mediocre coaches to titles than that.
And he'll be the only football player in history to win a Heisman, a national championship, and a Super Bowl. I mean, it's unheard of. It's unheard of. And
He
deserves
it.
on
He
top
basically
of
wins
on
Sunday.
top
He's
of the
going to
athletic-
Canton.
On top, look,
Right,
all
right,
he has to do is play nominal. If he wins the Super Bowl, all he has to
Yeah.
do from here on out is play nominal football for the next 10 plus years,
And he's going to Canton.
and he's going in.
No,
He's
I don't
going
even
in.
know. I don't even know if Canton is good enough. Like, I feel like they need. No. I'm dead serious.
Build a new building on Mars.
No, yes, exactly. They need to build a new building on Mars that's for just overall, all around, good, amazing football players at all levels. Like, Canton is only for the NFL, and the NCAA has their own Hall of Fame just for college.
Dude, if Joe Burrow wins
needs
the
his
Super
own
Bowl,
freaking Hall of Fame. They ought to call it Joe Burrow Hall of Fame, and only Joe Burrow gets to decide who's in it. And right now, the only person that's in the Joe Burrow Hall of Fame is Joe Burrow.
here's the thing.
Can I just get in real quick on something?
Go ahead.
The most
I hate
crazy
LSU,
thing
by the way.
I've
I hate
seen in the
LSU.
last couple of days.
Corn dogs.
There is a
Corn
video.
dogs.
There is video
Go Tigers.
from several years ago when Joe Burrow was a teenager. He was recording
It's not that kind of
himself.
podcast, Kevin. It's not that kind of podcast.
He was recording himself geo racing,
Okay.
and he was amazing at it. Now, if you don't know what geo racing
Let me
is,
tell you something. Joe Burrow is amazing at everything that Joe Burrow wants to do. Joe Burrow, we just need to start replacing Chuck Norris with Joe Burrow and all the Chuck Norris jokes. You just
What is
still talking
geo
about
racing?
he's still talking about Burrow. I've tried getting in another point. He's still talking about Burrow.
no.
What is geo
What
racing?
Joe Burrow
what
can convince Dave.
Geo racing is you're playing a game, the computer pulls up a random Google Map image from the road, and you have to guess where on planet Earth that photo was taken.
That's called GeoGuessr.
GeoGuessr, whatever. GeoGuessr, Geo. I got Geo, okay?
Right. Yeah, he got the Geo is the
I got
important
Geo.
part.
I got Geo.
Right. And he wasn't talking about Geo cities.
So
Geocities.
he basically speed runs the geo guessing game and is like, it's freakish. Watching Joe Burrow, who looks like a dork at the time, speed race.
All right. First of all, you
geo-guess-
you shut your fucking mouth. All right.
You watch
Joe
this
Burrow
video
never
and you
looked
tell
good
me if you watch that video and you tell me that the guy in that video doesn't come off like a total dork. And I say that with total admiration because it's amazing. The guy's literally looking at a single image and he's able to be like, click, click, click. Oh, that's Senegal. Da, 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 da. And he goes to this other thing. He's like, oh, that's Timbuktu.
That guy had
Oh, that's
sex with all of
Korea.
our moms.
Oh, that's
okay?
this. Oh, that's that. It's amazing.
That
I
guy
gotta
had
we gotta
say,
get-
I
That guy
gotta
had
say,
sex with
Dave,
all of our moms.
I gotta say, Dave becoming gay for Joe Burrow is a development I did.
It
not
is. It was unfortuneen. I did not have that on my
I
bingo
wonder if
card.
his wife knows about it.
He's incredible.
being gay for
He's
Joe
fucking
Burrow.
incredible. He's so incredible.
I'm gonna have to
He's-
put that. I'm gonna have to put that in the description for the podcast this week. I'm gonna have to in the bullet points.
Saints to
Dave
death
becomes
is-
gay for Joe
I
Burrow.
mean,
Saints to death says that my purple haze that I'm drinking is gross.
it is.
And
Saints-
I
all right,
just-
there
I
we
just
go.
wanna let you know-
Saints to death and I have finally found common
I was
ground.
gonna say, Saints to death. You are siding with Dave. So just like Vince earlier, that's the company you're keeping with that take.
Know
So
that.
you know.
All right, we gotta
Fuck
get
you, Andre George.
Thomas. Get to the trivia. We gotta get
Man,
to the trivia.
finally.
The Super
We don't have a
Bowl
hotline.
themed
There's
trivia.
no hotline. We don't have a hotline.
We don't have the hotline go.
It took a
Jason
while.
Champagne said he heard Joe Burrow made Chuck Norris look like a geek once.
Exactly, dude. Joe Burrow, the new Chuck Norris.
All right.
Okay, this should be easy. This should be easy.
Who was designed to recover the onside kick? Okay.
I removed one part
on the ambush play. For those listening, on the ambush
right?
play, who was designed to recover the onside kick? That's the key word, because Chris Reese was the one who did recover it, but who was designed to recover the onside?
Was it Casillas?
I don't know. I honestly would have thought it would have been Chris Reese. I don't know who. I mean. Who was more handsy? Who was the most handsy person? Oh, Lance. I'm going to say Lance Moore.
No, I need to see the video of the formation.
Well, you can't. That's
That's
cheating.
not Lance Moore.
No, Lance Moore wasn't out there, I don't think.
Okay, I'm saying Lance Moore. That's my guess. Lance Moore.
I'm going to say, who was the special teams? Troy Evans. I'm going to say Troy Evans. He was like their special teams ace back then, I think.
What?
Am I right? Yeah, I think
I don't know. Well, I mean,
that's my guess.
You probably are Rain Man, so yeah.
Could it have been Courtney Roby?
Thanks to death. I'm not even going to say that out loud, man. Shame on you.
Courtney Roby, maybe?
Bradley Roby?
I'm going to stick with Casillas.
All right. Give us the answer, Thomas.
Okay, if you want to.
Roby, it wasn't on the kickoff team. Roman Harper.
No, oh my God!
Wait!
Wow.
I need proof of this. I want to know how we are proving that Roman catching mother effer.
You want a dude with no hands to be the guy to recover the
bricks for hands.
What? How are we validating this?
Knowing this, I hate the play call so much more.
How are we? Yes.
Thank God.
If this is
worked
true,
out how it did.
If this is true, I've lost all respect for Peyton, and I don't want him coaching the Saints anymore.
Oh, it worked out great.
Nice.
Dave got over his breakup with Sean Payton. All it took was a trivia question.
Just like that.
Yeah. So
and we've got a last minute bonus question from Budrich. It's funny, Dave. Boner question. It's funny, Dave. You mentioned Lance Moore, because the question is, what was the play call on Lance Moore's 2-point conversion?
Well, how the hell would we know that?
That's a question for Juge.
Ralph might know. Yeah,
I have no idea.
X's and O's guy.
Yeah, that was like Z bull.
It's
right,
like
XY.
It's like wasn't that play like named for Lance Moore? Like it was 16 surprise or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, the answer is sprint right option.
Okay.
Oh.
Who knows?
Boring.
Courtesy of Budget, by the way.
That's a boring one. I think Butteridge Butteridge made these up. I don't think these are real trivia questions. I think Butteridge is just making stuff up. He's run out of questions, so he's just making it up. And we give him
plenty. We have plenty.
We give him authority and gravitas because he's the trivia guy, but he's just making stuff up now.
I'm kind of blanking on this now, but didn't Butteridge, we were in Twitter Spaces, didn't he pull a Ralph?
He did.
He mispronounced
By the way,
name.
join us on the Twitter Spaces. We do that every Wednesday now, 9:00. We go into Twitter Spaces. We have a ton of people listening. We had like 200 people on the Twitter Spaces last week. We had like celebrities. I saw Skooks was in there. They had some people from WWL TV. People stopped in. You never know who's from WWL.
Sorry, Butteridge. He's like, okay, Juge. Sorry, Butteridge. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jason Champagne says the Saints are going to hire Lionel the janitor as the offensive coordinator. Home team reference.
That's what I said. Was it Lionel? Lionel? I thought it was Leroy.
So, all right, we got to get to questions, but before we fire up, take it to the top, Thomas. We had almost no questions this week. Just because it's the off season doesn't mean you people can slack on sending us questions. Patrons in the Discord, people that aren't patrons, you should be a patron. Send us questions. Like, we don't be like, oh, it's the off season, we'll see you in April. No, we don't do that. So send us freaking questions already.
Look, if you don't send us questions, we're going to be stuck reading Monadula questions.
Yeah, Monadula questions are weird.
Yeah.
And make me uncomfortable. Thomas, take it to the top. I need to give the people finger guns.
Jake Wade.
All right, Thomas.
What next?
I went back to Ditka. How about that, Sean Payton? You're dead to me.
First question from Budrich. Should Dennis Allen unleash all blackmail he has on Roger Goodell in the middle of the interview?
I mean, if he has it, that'd be awesome. Like,
By
what
the way,
better way to...
what's the introduction? Are we getting an intro tomorrow with him as head coach?
I would
When is
think
that?
so.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Looking forward to that press conference.
Hopefully the media does a better job of doing their jobs than they did at that slurp fest that was the Sean Payton goodbye dinner.
Oh, this reminds me. Ralph and I are interviewing Randy Mueller tomorrow.
That's right.
Former Saints GM. So if you guys DM me or find me in Discord, send me a message. If you guys want me to ask any questions to Randy Mueller tomorrow,
We'll do it.
We'll do it.
Yeah. Dennis Allen dropping blackmail info about Roger Goodell. He could be Saints coach for life if he did that in the press conference. So
Next question.
Wait. What if he wears the Roger Goodell clown shirt? Like if he pulls that like Sean Payton did?
he goes into the Ring of Honor.
Dennis Allen would never do that.
He should, though. I mean, if you combine shutting out Tom Brady and wearing the Goodell clown shirt, Ring of Honor, right there, done.
I think that's the thing Dave's right about, is that I worry Dennis Allen isn't going to have like the petty...
You
No.
can kiss all that. Exactly. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Kiss
He's
all
too
that
tense
shit
for
goodbye.
that.
Kick all that shit goodbye. You got a
He's gonna
new
be
coach.
way more
He's going to be
serious.
walking on eggshells. Absolutely.
He's not going to do a lap around the Eagle Stadium.
No
Yeah,
way.
it's not.
You ain't. You.
I mean,
Dennis
but
Allen is going to
But
be.
Dave, there was
straight-laced
nobody
by
to
the ball.
hire to do that. Like that's
No. Which underlines how amazing Peyton was, and
Oh,
how
Jesus, Thomas,
you
play
are
the sad violin.
Yeah,
God
seriously.
damn.
And how you are never going to have another coach like him. You are never going to have a coach who is going to stand up to
New skull in the Vikings.
Yep, who's going to
Maybe.
do the choking sound, who's going to wear the Goodell commissioner shirt. Like you are those
Take the
days are
fire
fucking gone.
alarm.
Those days are gone. You are like, that's it. You are now
Actually, Dennis
destined.
Allen might break the fire alarm. He might do that.
He might do
maybe, but you are, for the most part, you are destined to a franchise, pretty much just like the rest of the league, where it's just, you know, you'd be happy to get your kicks. Get your kicks where you can get them. Seriously.
All right.
Next question.
I mean, like we're joking about it, but that's really serious. It's one of those things that you don't realize what you had until it's gone, and I don't think people realize that. Like, we had a fucking coach who wore a "fuck Roger Goodell" shirt to a fucking press conference.
I did not
I'm dead
have-
serious.
It was a Roger Goodell clown nose.
That means fuck you. That means fuck you, Roger Goodell. Okay, let's not mince
Kevin.
words. Okay, we had a coach who wore a shirt specifically to say "fuck you, Roger Goodell." There is not another goddamn coach in this league right now that would ever do that. Like
Kevin.
you've lost that. We have
Belichick,
lost
baby.
that.
Kevin, what's more surprising?
Belichick might have some things that he needs to take care of. I don't know.
Yeah.
Belichick's working on some shit.
He's
going through some shit.
Kevin, what's more surprising on this podcast? Dave being gay for Joe Burrow,
Or Dave being gay for Peyton.
or Dave needing a mixtape to break up softly with Sean Payton?
Well, what about what does Mark Ingram think of all this?
I know,
You
right?
say-
Jeez.
You never hear what I want to. Don't understand. If you really care, I'm only hearing negative. No. So I turn the radio on, I turn the radio on, and this woman is singing my song.
Stop it.
Love is in love because another's gone away.
Oh, my
Lover is
God.
kind because the other one stayed. Somebody
we
cover
need
on the
to
way for the
say-
other who was dying.
All we need is
They
some
were born
Jewel.
wrong.
And we will be the perfect 90s mixtape.
Why is that
So
quality
I
so
thought I'd
terrible?
live
It does not
forever,
sound like
but
that on
now
my
I'm
phone.
not sure you're trying to tell me that I'm clever, but that won't take me anyhow. Or
I thought Dave
anywhere
was banned from
with
singing.
you.
Exactly. I thought we
You
said
said
Dave couldn't
that
sing
I was
anymore.
naive, but I know that I was strong.
Okay.
Hey.
Thomas,
I can
you
leave,
need
I
a
can
mute
leave,
button. Can you
but
mute Dave right now? Can you
I
mute
know
him?
that I
Dave
was
knows a
wrong.
lot of words.
Cause
to
I
I
that
missed
can on
song.
stream, but
you.
you're still gonna have to mute yourself.
Thomas, can you mute him? Yes or no?
Missed you.
Yeah, but only on stream.
Mute
You're
him.
gonna have to mute him
Make it
yourself.
stop.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Mute Dave. Do it.
I did.
All right.
Now.
All right,
He's
Thomas.
muted.
Next
He's
question.
muted.
Dave, you're in the penalty box. I know you're a hockey
You
player.
can
so I'm
leave,
gonna-
Dave.
All right.
We can
Lisa
hear you, Dave.
Loeb.
Next question.
That's
Next
cool.
question from Badrich. Which Peyton pick do you think will be a day one Hall of Famer?
Ruiz.
I missed that question. What was it?
Which Peyton pick do you think will be a day one Hall of Famer?
Oh, I thought you said Hall of Shame. I'm sorry.
Hall of Famer. Ruiz? What? I heard that wrong.
Damn.
Still got Dave muted, right?
No.
I mean,
No.
Mute him.
I unmuted him.
I don't
He's
think
Don
anybody.
Carriero.
I don't
I
think
don't
they
want
have
him-
anybody that's a day one
Coming
Hall of
from me.
Famer that they drafted.
Cam Jordan.
Jari Evans. They'll get in, I think,
Yeah.
but not
Maybe.
Not day one.
not day one. Like Jari Evans is a guard. Like it's gonna take him like 10 years to get in.
Mhm.
Mike Thomas.
At least.
Mike
I like that
Thomas.
take. I like that take, Thomas.
Yeah.
Like
Is that our final question, Thomas?
No.
Yet.
We got a few more. Next question from Who That Golfer.
But wait, hold on. Biloxi Blues goes Ruiz. It's the worst joke I've ever heard.
That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
So what do we got for this question, Thomas?
Okay, Who That Golfer asks, how much does not having a coaching staff in place for the Senior Bowl affect draft and UDFA preparations?
No.
That's my expert analysis.
Kevin.
I mean, if they were playing in the Super Bowl, would you give a shit about the Senior Bowl? Like,
All right, Thomas. Dave just brought a guitar. I see
Oh
it.
my-
I'm
you need
muting
to
him.
mute him. Mute him now.
I'm muting him.
he's about to
Okay.
commit a war crime.
Dave needs to be muted for the rest of the show.
He's muted.
No, he's just gonna
Don't let
start
him off.
talking.
He's on double secret probation. He's not allowed to talk. We're gonna continue this show without him. This is amazing. We can't hear him. Oh, this is so good.
I'll do an impression of him.
So
beef.
pot him up, Thomas. I need to hear what he's gonna sing to us.
Did my-
Oh, I thought
No, I
Thomas
You're on the-
muted you.
No, I muted myself.
Thomas, mute him.
No, I'm not gonna say
I muted
anything.
him.
Yeah. No, I
next.
need to hear what Dave's gonna
Oh.
sing us. It's like Saints Happy Hour Coffee House rock now.
Christ.
Sing us. You got 20 seconds. Dave.
Guys, donate if you want me to mute Dave until the end of the show.
Yeah. if we get 5 Dave is gonna sing until we get 5 subscriptions.
No, I'm not singing.
We're gonna get 5
Singing.
subs instantaneously before he cracks a note.
I'm not singing anything. I'm not singing. anything.
Look at Andrew, he's sobbing
Sing.
right now.
Jude pulling out his credit card.
There we
You
go.
got one.
We got a sub.
You better start singing, Dave. You better start singing.
Bolo 4KB.
No,
Subscribe.
I'm not.
Thank you.
I'm not singing anything.
Boo.
Thank you for
All
subscribing.
right, Thomas.
Four
What's the
more
next?
to go. 4 more to go.
What? All right.
Next question.
I already read
I
that
feel like
question.
I
You
feel like I
forgot
should
to
bust out
answer
my
it.
acoustic.
You
instruments and
forgot
play
No,
to
we
it
said it
live
doesn't
for
matter.
our patrons.
It doesn't, the coaching staff doesn't matter. Like it doesn't. No one cares. They'll be fine.
Okay,
They
so
can't
actually
draft
I-
any worse than Ruiz. I mean,
Actually,
Yeah.
I added some last-minute questions after the Dennis Allen news broke.
oh.
So the next question from Saints to Death, and he asks, should Dennis Allen make a Twitter account just to block Juge?
yes.
Oh, that's amazing. What would my tweet have to be to Dennis Allen to get him to block me? That's the better question. How do I get
Something
him to
about the
block me?
Minnesota Miracle? Like, he should have played better defense or something.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad.
Ooh, like a derogatory tweet about his time with the Raiders. That could be.
We should have hired Bieniemy. That would be the
They
tweet.
should have hired Rizzy.
Yeah.
That would get you blocked.
At Dennis Allen, who do you like better, Terrell Pryor or Taysom Hill?
Ooh, that'll get you. That'll get you blocked. Was he on Vicodin when he beat Tom Brady 9-0? That's from Saints to Death. Yeah, I like that.
Next question.
Last question from Saints Rabbit. Is there a way that Gail and Mickey can ban Alvin Kamara from all nightclubs?
Well, you can get put on the list in Louisiana, like the no gambling list, where like you can't download the gambling app or you can't go play blackjack.
Yeah, let's
Do
go
they
ahead
have a no
and do
nightclub
that.
list?
Let's go ahead and do that. No Alvin Kamara. Let's do exactly that.
I wonder if he's going to be less cheery now. Like his demeanor is going to change. Oh, we got
Ooh,
two.
We got another
subscriptions.
gift. There we go.
That's all we need to do.
Saints
We
to
need to
death.
just threaten people. We need to just threaten people with Dave singing, and my dream of being able to podcast in my boxers full time will come to pass. So, Dave, we just need to do that every week. We'll just threaten
3
people.
more to go, guys.
We'll just threaten people.
Joey, y'all think Kamara will get cut? What?
No,
What?
absolutely not.
What? Dude, go to bed. Go to Joey. You need to go to sleep, man.
No.
Did you
Outside
hang
and
out
touch
with
the
Dave,
grass.
It's like usually when something like this happens, the player gets cut. He didn't hit a woman.
No.
Oh.
I mean, if
It was in
Tariq Hill
Vegas.
didn't get cut, I mean,
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Everybody knows
right.
that.
Alvin Kamara should have tweeted that today. Would have been an all-timer. So, all right, this podcast is like a minute, is like an hour and like 45 minutes. That's delightful.
All I know is that I didn't throw up on the show, which is
Yeah.
better than
Yet.
last week.
Was this your first drink?
In a month.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I drank over the weekend.
Yeah. So, Thomas, did we have any clips of the week?
You say.
Oh my god.
Jesus. 3 more subs, guys. 3 more subs, and I'm muting it.
Seriously, thank you guys for the subs. It's we always appreciate the support.
Yeah, we do.
It's awesome.
The subs are great.
Seriously, thank you.
We literally had 1 clip last week. One clip.
Well, that's it. That's the clip of the week.
That's
Done.
the clip of the week.
And
Of the week of the
And what's fun-
century.
And what's funny, it was Saints to Death who clipped, and he clipped Dave.
Oh, here we go.
You're welcome.
Dave needs to get clipped.
He really does.
Hey, that's only in Vegas.
Let's see it. Clip of the week, guys.
There we go.
The home team promotional thing. Look, my mother, when Andrew and I were recording the post game podcast, I'm sorry, not the post. When Andrew and I were recording the breaking news podcast that Monday when he announced his retirement, my mother was calling me during the show, and I didn't.
But you don't know,
Yeah,
and
and
you
I
never will.
And I didn't answer. So when I called my mother back, she didn't even say hello. The first thing she said was, "Well, you got that one wrong, I guess, huh?" It's true.
Nice.
That's a good clip, Saints to Death. That's well done by you. Dave, how many guitar songs do you know? Like 4?
Like chords, I can play all the chords, so you can play every song you want with chords. Yeah, but I'm not like an official.
I mean, like Andrew only knows Stone Temple Pilots songs.
The whole I know the whole catalog, front to back.
But that's it.
I celebrate their entire catalog.
I only know Stone Temple Pilots, but I know all the songs.
Play the Drew Brees one, Dave.
I don't know that one.
You got them.
You don't know that one? What the hell?
No, I don't even think did I play that one? Oh yeah, I did play that one.
This one.
We got the Drew Brees decision.
Oh, there you go.
The vast
Do I know? I think it's funny that Saints to Death wants to know I know any cranberries.
Flourish at the end.
Because,
that's an inside joke. He knows I hate the cranberries.
No, it's funny. I hate the cranberries too, so it's funny. I cannot stand it. My wife loves the cranberries. My wife loves the cranberries.
This cranberries libel will not. Well, actually, this cranberry slander will not stand.
Kevin,
are you hard of?
You are defending the cranberries right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that
people here.
I can't believe that Andrew and I are siding on the same side of Jesus.
So,
Kevin, you have terrible taste in music.
No, you really do. You really, really do.
Oh God.
Wow.
I'm with Kevin.
Let me guess.
You like the cranberries?
Listen,
you like the
let me
cranberries?
guess, Kevin. You own 2 Nickelback CDs? Huh?
I do not.
Wait a minute. You know what? Hold on.
Creed.
While we're doing this, while it's already
A binary star album. Y'all can kiss my ass.
While we're already well past a lot of time here.
Yes.
Let's go around the horn here one time, and then we're gonna get out of here. Like, what's your ultimate there's one band that you feel like would define you and your musical taste? Like, what's the one band? Obviously, we already know Andrew's out.
Creed.
Stone Temple Pilots. We got that. All right.
Pearl
But
Jam.
it's the three of us. I'm gonna. Okay. Are you Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam.
Okay. I would say the Rolling Stones. I love the Rolling Stones. I love the blues. I love the blues turned into rock and all that that created.
Mine is weird.
Led Zeppelin.
You're not saying Stone Temple Pilots?
Much greater than the Rolling Stones. If we're gonna go back to the 70s.
No, Dave, that's a good question.
First of all,
Mine
the Rolling Stones did it before Led Zeppelin did it, so I don't know how you can say.
My band is weird because I hate Bob Dylan.
Yes,
But I love his
do.
son's
Agreed.
band, the Wallflowers. There's only 6 of us that like them.
Really?
And I'm one of them.
That's your answer. The
Really?
fucking
The
Wallflower.
That's it.
All right,
That's
we're
it.
done. Thomas, hit the
That's
fucking
it.
outro.
Yeah.
Jesus
We're out of
Christ.
here.
Holy
Jesus.
shit, I can't believe
Freaking
you said the
Wallflowers are the greatest.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
We're
Boy,
done here.
that selection is some 6th Avenue heartbreak.
That is. That's it.
We're,
So
we're done here.
1,
We
2,
are
3
fucking
Marlenas.
done.
thanks for
I-
everybody.
I don't know
for
if I can
listening
do
to the show.
This
Thanks
might be my
for
last show,
supporting the
guys.
show.
Look, I want to
That's
thank
right.
I want to thank all the patrons. This may be my last show. I don't know if I can show up to this again. I don't know if I can be here. I'm sorry, guys. The fucking Wallflowers. They had 2
I
albums.
love the Wallflowers. I make no apologies.
I don't
So,
even know what that is.
Oh my God, the Wallflowers.
so for Dave, for Andrew, for Kevin, I'm Ralph. Fuck all you people.
Fucking
The Wallflowers are
Wallflower.
awesome.
I'm talking about the Stones, and he's talking about the
I'm talking about the Wallflowers.
Me and Cinderella.
So for everybody, for Thomas,
home.
controlling this
Run
crap
your
show.
headlight.
And thanks for joining us. He's an awesome producer.
You've lost
Until next
everybody's
time,
respect.
the
You've lost
bar
everybody's-
is closed.
I thought Ralph's drinking